Today I will talk about blockchain, just a hype. When we look at what happened over the past 12 months or so, the value of cryptocurrencies went down. There was a lot of disillusion around blockchain. And so the question is it just been a hype, or is there sort of more potential for the future behind? And I just want to illustrate the concept and what we can do around it and how our perspective on blockchain maps to this format. So as a compass, we have different directions, and the one axis we use is hype, which could be low or high. So a lot of hype or little hype, and there's maturity, which could be high or low. And in this compass, we then can bring in various types of technologies. And then we look at blockchain, and so the evolution of the past few years. So around 2015, we saw the blockchain hype starting with some first uptake, articles, and then rather quickly a lot of investments, a lot of startups, a lot of pilots. So rapidly growing markets, so the size of the bubble is really bigger here. But now in 2019 it goes a little bit down again. So little hype, more maturity, I would even say less size because there are less pilots, less hype, less investments for now. And the interesting question is what will happen over the next few years. And so the predictions I will make here is really that we will see this continuing for the probably next year. So not much uptake, maybe even a little decrease in the market size. So when you look at the number of pilots and other stuff. But I'm very convinced that blockchain will come back. So 21, 22, we see more hype, but also an increase in maturity. The interesting question is what will happen after that. So I'm convinced we will see more concrete, practical use, practical applications of blockchain technologies very frequently as part of larger things which are done. The interesting question is whether the hype will sort of come back or whether the hype will more remain stable, but I'm sure that both maturity and the size of the market will grow over the next 3 to 4 years. When we then look at a specific aspect of blockchain technology, which is blockchain ID, we see a slightly different picture. So blockchain ID came on a little later, so with some more hype, but more in an identity circle around 2018. Not much change, I would say, in 2019. Not really big. We see some interesting startups, we see some interesting investments, but it's not really a very big market. But a market which has relevance and where we see some huge interest from certain parties and a big potential. And so I'm particularly because there's a demand, there's a use case, and things like KYC really can be done better based on blockchain ID. I expect a different evolution for blockchain ID. So what I expect is that we will see more uptake, some growth over the next year, also a significant increase in maturity, and 2021 is about to continue. And I expect that this will be really a trend where we see more happening around blockchain, more concrete practical use cases, and some samples of blockchain identity really getting widespread attention. So this compass goes in different directions for different types of technologies, but I'm quite sure blockchain will come back because there's a value for blockchain as a technology, and there are practical use cases such as blockchain ID which really have a big promise of value at least. So we will see, I'm very convinced of that, we'll see this happening. Thank you.